Okay, hello everybody. Welcome to Korean Atlanta Mentorship. So we have a few updates regarding credit today. I know some of you are in your credit seeking journey, and I like to share a little bit of updates of what's happening to me. So as you can see here, I got this letter from Bank of America because I actually applied for a business credit card from them. And you know what happened? They rejected me. They said, sorry, we can't give you a business credit card, but hey, if you put in a deposit, then we can give you a business secured account. So it's pretty much a credit card, but you're putting a deposit. So if you, for example, I put in $10,000 deposit to get a credit card. And you know, people, well, why would you do that? You're basically loaning money to them so that they can give you a credit card. Isn't that kind of weird? And the reason why I did that is so I can build a relationship with them, right? And so after 1 year, they basically returned my deposit back, and now it's an unsecured credit card. And so, bam, this $10,000 secured credit card is now unsecured. Now I'm going to have a free $10,000 in my checking account and just use it for however I wish, probably to build, quote, build and expand my empire, right? And so, as you can see here, you can look at the community feed of what's been happening. So, this is what happened. I actually got balance transfer checks in the mail. And if you don't know what those are, basically your credit card company will usually make an offer, say, hey, you could like convert your credit card into cash. Maybe they'll charge like a 3% or 5% fee based on the amount that you borrow. And so I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna, if I'm not using this credit card, the bank is actually gonna think that's a bad thing, or at least that's how I see it. And so I cashed in 10K of the balance transfer check, paid 3%, which is only $300, and then I used it to get the secure credit card, and now I have an additional 10K. So it's not bad to pay $300 just to get an extra 10,000, right? Well, that's literally what I did, and that's how I built the relationship with the bank. So you might be thinking, why do you get a secure credit card? Well, if you can't get an unsecured one, build a relationship, right? And that's something that we have to consider. I honestly think if you understand the banking industry and how it works, then you will be successful in business. Because there's no way, like almost 99.999%, no way you can be successful in banking unless you understand, hey, I have to be able to present myself in a manner that makes sense in a win-win relationship with both you and the bank. What too many people to do is they always want to deal with banks when they're in an emergency or dire situation, right? And that's what we don't want to do. Okay. Now, here's the second piece of news, and this is kind of more related to the topic of the video. Just got a call from the credit union today. They just called me and like, hey man, $20,000 credit card approved, 0% balance transfer for 6 months, and the interest rate when the promotion period expires is going to be 13%. 13%. That's insane, right? That's why I like credit unions because they're not charging 20 to 30% credit card interest rates. So as you can see right here, credit limit is 20,000. They called me and said, "Hey, you've been approved, so you get your card soon." I'm like, "Sweet." So not only did I get my $10,000 back for getting this, for them graduating my secured credit card, business credit card into an unsecured one, but I also got an additional $20,000 in limits, and that's why currently I have $547,000 in lines of credit. In fact, let me just show you right here, right? This credit limit sheet. I don't know if you can see that, but here you can see, whoa, take a look at that. That zoomed up pretty up to the maximum percentage. So let me unzoom here. But these are all my credit limits, right? Home equity line of credit, 280, 33 grand. And then, this is the new personal credit card from a credit union where they literally called me and said, you've been approved. I'm like, sweet, right? So now I used to have $527,000 in lines of credit. Now with that extra 20 grand, I have $547,000 a line of credit. And you might be thinking, how did I get all this credit? And that's because I understand what the banks want and I understand how they operate. Now, here's the thing, and this is going to shock a lot of people, especially if you've never watched this channel or are not into the credit space or velocity banking or making money, blah, blah, blah. Number one rule, number one rule is that banks don't lend money to people who need it. That is the number one rule. Now, if like I don't know the underwriting criteria for any bank, right? I don't know it at all because I look good to one bank and they're giving me 20 grand credit cards, and then like this other bank right here is only giving me itty bitty $800 line of credit. But if you understand what in principle what the bank is looking for, which is to minimize their risk when they're loaning out to people, and who are the riskiest type of borrower, people who need money, then you'll easily or have a much easier time getting credit. It's like 99.999% chance. It's kind of like when you see those antibacterial commercials where it's like, hey, it's going to kill 99.999% germs, right? It's almost kind of the same thing. And so when you understand the credit game, then, I say this and I actually don't know what it means. Credit is like the gift that keeps on giving, right? Like it's just the gift that keeps on giving, and because I don't need money, they just give it to me, right? Isn't that crazy? In fact, I'm actually gonna play the AI voice of what I just said right now. So let's go ahead and do that.
Banks don't lend money to people who need it. Also, credit is the gift that keeps on giving, even though I have no idea what the F that means.
Wow, I don't like that voice. I don't know, too harsh. Let me go back to the British AI voice. Let me just do that now.
Banks don't lend money to people who need it. Also, credit is the gift that keeps on giving, even though I have no idea what the F that means.
Wow, it sounds more sophisticated, right? First one's a little bit harsh. Second one a little bit more sophisticated. I gotta keep using the British AI voice. Anyways, so back to my point. Credit is just a gift that keeps on giving. Because if you remember from last year, I was making videos like how I got over $240,000 in lines of credit, and now I'm at 547. Moral of the story: don't apply for credit when you need it. Do the opposite. Because banks only lend money to people who need it. Wasn't that really easy? Like I don't even know any. Well, I kind of do know about like the history of credit. In fact, I had a live stream Credit 101. A lot of people liked it, right? So if you want to know a little bit about credit, just the introduction to it, join the YouTube channel 99 cents per month. You get access to two things. Number one, emojis, exclusive emojis, and number two, access to exclusive live streams where I just talk about whatever's on my mind, and I just don't talk about the same thing over and over again like I do in Velocity Banking, and we get a little bit more in depth, right? So that's it for today. Just celebrating that we got an extra $20,000 credit card, and I got my $10,000 deposit back for my business credit card. So I think that was this one right here, 10 grand, and now it's like, sky's the limit, you know. Now, you'll make so much money, you have access to so much money that you have too much free time and make YouTube videos like this. No, I'm just kidding. All right, well, that's it for today. Everybody have a great day, and this is Korean Atlanta Mentorship.